Okay, welcome to this YouTube channel. We had talked about early societies in the last video. आज हाँ अर्ली सोसाइटीज़ ये जो टॉपिक था अर्ली सोसाइटीज़ ये टॉपिक हमने डिस्कस किया था, इसकी हमने बात पहले ही कर ली थी. एंड वी हैड टॉक्ड अबाउट नंबर ऑफ थिंग्स अबाउट द अर्ली सोसाइटीज़ like the society of the Mesopotamians where the early cities were growing up. तो क्या हुआ जनरली पहले का जो टाइम था, let me introduce you to this topic, to this study, and before that I must say कि it is not a very tough chapter and it is the important part of the 11th class syllabus for history as well. And so let us talk about this chapter. So basically in the early society सबसे पहले क्या होता था, we know about the stone age, Mesolithic, Paleolithic and Neolithic phases of the Stone Age. We have a lot of information about them. So what we have come to know is that कि in the very past, बहुत पहले के समय जो होता था उस समय nomads were there who used to wander from one place to another in search of food and water. But जब पहले के समय के nomads के बाद जो कि इधर से उधर भटकते थे खाने और पानी की तलाश में और शेल्टर की तलाश में, उनके बाद आए ऐसे ह्यूमन बींग्स हु वर बेसिकली डिपेंडिंग ऑन द एग्रीकल्चर फॉर देयर नीड ऑफ फूड एंड सर्वाइवल. ओके, सो दोज वर द पीपल ऑफ द लेटर एज. ओके, बाद के समय के लोग थे वो. उसके बाद मेसोपोटामिया में एक सिटी लाइफ का जिक्र आता है, उसके बारे में बताया जाता है सिटी लाइफ के बारे में मेसोपोटामिया में. एंड द मेन फीचर ऑफ द मेसोपोटामिया, वन ऑफ द मेन फीचर्स ऑफ मेसोपोटामियन सिविलाइजेशन was writing. Okay, city life के अलावा writing was there, written records are available because of which we know a lot about this civilization, about the is different types of cities which developed in Mesopotamia. In Mesopotamia, the land between the Euphrates and the Tigris rivers, that is now part of the Republic of Iraq. Okay, अब ये देखिए जो तिग्रिस और यूफ्रेट्स रिवर्स के बीच की लैंड थी, द लैंड बिटवीन द तिग्रिस एंड द यूफ्रेट्स, दैट इज वाई द इट इज गिवन हियर ना, द नेम मेसोपोटामिया इज डेरिव्ड फ्रॉम द ग्रीक वर्ड्स मिजोस मीनिंग मिडिल एंड पोटामस मीनिंग रिवर. ओके, द लैंड बिटवीन द यूफ्रेट्स एंड द तिग्रिस रिवर्स इज नाउ पार्ट ऑफ द रिपब्लिक ऑफ इराक एंड इट वॉज हियर दैट द Mesopotamian civilization came into being. Okay, or it developed. Mesopotamian civilization is known for its prosperity, city life, its voluminous and rich literature, and its mathematics and astronomy. Mesopotamia's writing system and literature spread to the eastern Mediterranean, northern Syria, and Turkey after 2000 BC, so that the kingdoms of that entire region were writing to one another and to the Pharaoh of Egypt in the language and script of Mesopotamia. Here we shall explore the connection between city life and writing, and then look at some outcomes of a sustained tradition of writing. What happened? अब ये जो मेसोपोटामियन सिविलाइजेशन के बारे में वी हैव नॉलेज अबाउट देयर दैट हाउ रिच दे वर, द पीपल वर सो रिच, एंड देयर सिटी लाइफ, वी हैव नॉलेज अबाउट ऑल दोज थिंग्स. इट इज़ बिकॉज ऑफ द रिटन रिकॉर्ड्स अवेलेबल अबाउट द मेसोपोटामियन सिविलाइजेशन. और इन्हीं से जो नदर्न सीरिया, ईस्टर्न मेडिटेरेनियन और टर्की जैसी जगह थी, इन्हें लिखने का idea आया, and they were writing to one another. They were having written documents in the language and script of Mesopotamia. Okay, they were writing in the language of Mesopotamia, and here will be described. It is described how the city life and writing were developing in Mesopotamia. In the beginning of recorded history, the land, mainly the urbanized south, was called the Sumerian Akkad. After 2000 BC, when Babylon became an important city, the term Babylonia was used for the southern region. पहले के समय में क्या था? Southern region was more urbanized one. Okay, urbanized south was there, and this region of the southern region was known as the Sumerian Akkad. Okay, and later on after 2000 BC, then Babylonia became an important name. Babylonia name was given for the southern region. Babylonia was the name used for the southern region from about 1100 BC, when the Assyrians established their kingdom in the north. The region came to be known as Assyria. जब Assyrians राज करने लगे वहाँ पर north में, तो it came to be known as Assyria. The first known language of the land was Sumerian. It was gradually replaced by Akkadian around 2400 BC. पहली language Sumerian थी, लेकिन बाद में it was replaced, or in place of Sumerian, the language which came to be used was the language which came to be used by people was Akkadian around 2400 BC, when Akkadian speakers arrived. The people who spoke Akkadian language, they arrived, so the Akkadian language became popular. This language flourished till about Alexander's time, with some regional changes occurring. From 1400 BC, Aramaic also trickled in. This language, similar to Hebrew, became widely spoken after 1000 BC. It is still spoken in parts of Iraq. आज भी इराक के कई हिस्सों में इस लैंग्वेज को बोला जाता है, अरामीक लैंग्वेज, जो कि अकडियन लैंग्वेज के बाद यहाँ पर पॉपुलर हुई. Okay, now some important points have been given. Archaeology in Mesopotamia began in the 1840s. 1840s में archaeological evidences ढूंढी जाने लगी about the Mesopotamian civilization at one or two sites, including Uruk and Mari. Not only can we study hundreds of Mesopotamian buildings, statues, ornaments, graves, tools, and seals as sources. There are thousands of written documents. I told you, written documents are available which give knowledge about the Mesopotamian civilization. Okay. From the mid-19th century, there was no stopping the enthusiasm for exploring the ancient past of Mesopotamia. In 1873, a British newspaper funded an expedition of the British Museum to search for a tablet narrating the story of the flood mentioned in the Bible. Okay, so the story from the Bible, everything was being places which were related to those stories, they were being searched, and more knowledge was being gathered, more and more information was being gathered for the past of Mesopotamia ki itna they should know, because it was quite important to the European people. Okay, so this way the people were exploring the past, people were discovering that what all things were there in the past of Mesopotamia. इराक का डिस्क्रिप्शन दे रखा है ज्योग्राफी में मेसोपोटामिया के, जिसे हम शॉर्ट में थोड़ा सा पढ़ लेंगे. इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट क्या है इसमें कि यहाँ पर एंड प्लेन्स भी हैं, ग्रीनरी भी है काफ़ी ज़्यादा, ट्री कवर्ड माउंटेन रेंजेस भी हैं इस जगह पर, क्लियर स्ट्रीम्स भी हैं, वाइल्ड फ्लावर्स भी हैं, और अच्छी खासी बरसात भी होती है, जिससे इन लोग का एग्रीकल्चर जो है डेवलप कर पाया इतना. ओके, एंड इसके अलावा क्या है कि जो यूफ्रेट्स रिवर है, उसी के चैनल्स की वजह से, उसी के बहुत सारी जो है, जो उसकी वजह से द वाटर हैज़ बीन मेड अवेलेबल टू देम. It is because of that water and those irrigation facilities that they are able to grow so many crops. Okay, it is written na, this desert, southern region is a desert, and this is where the first cities and writing emerged. Though it is a desert, but it was at this place that writing and first cities were developing. Why? Because the rivers, the desert could support cities, because the rivers Euphrates and Tigris, which rise in the northern mountains, carry loads of silt, fine mud. When they flood or when their water is let out onto the fields, fertile silt is deposited. Okay, so because they bring fine mud or silt with them, those rivers bring fine mud with them. So because of all those things, the land becomes favorable for the cultivation of crops, and so agriculture was developing. After the Euphrates has entered the desert, its water flows out into small channels. These channels flood their banks and in the past functioned as irrigation canals. Water could be let into the fields of wheat, barley, peas, or lentils when necessary. Of all ancient systems, that of the Roman Empire included, it was the agriculture of southern Mesopotamia that was the most productive, even though the region did not have sufficient rainfall to grow crops. Okay, southern Mesopotamia का agriculture आगे चल के इतना famous इसलिए हुआ because of its productivity. Okay, although sufficient rainfall was not there, but they could grow more and more crops because of the irrigation facilities provided by the river Euphrates. Okay, so lot of water was available for agriculture. Not only agriculture, Mesopotamian sheep and goats that grazed on the steppe, the northeastern plains, and the mountain slopes, that is on tracts too high for the rivers to flood and fertilize, produced milk and other important items of daily use. Okay, तो खाने की इनके पास कोई कमी नहीं थी. Lot of things were there because of which they were becoming prosperous. Okay, and rich. So in this way, they were having lot of things for their survival. Let us not, however, make the mistake of thinking that cities grew simply because of rural prosperity. We shall discuss other factors by and by, but first let us be clear about city life. Okay, so that was one major part of this chapter, but that was one part of the chapter which basically deals with how city life was developing in the beginning years of this civilization. Okay, the Mesopotamian civilization, and a number of things were given in this. So here it has been given ki not because of this, not only because of this rural prosperity, these availability of food and a number of other things. Okay, development of agriculture and the possibilities for agriculture. Okay, and number of other facilities. Not only because of these things the cities were growing, but there were other factors also, like city life के बारे में number of things have been given. The significance of urbanism means towns were growing into big cities. Those all things are also given, they are described here. But here, this part of the chapter, it finishes it, or it is completed.